Monolith Productions studio has shut down, and their announced Wonder Woman game that got announced all the way back in 2021 has been canceled. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Smash JT. Just finished talking to a very trusted insider, somebody who's worked with me before, given me information that is very trusted and has always been extremely accurate with everything they've told me. So, yeah, I am inclined to believe everything they told me as far as what's happening here with Monolith Productions, the company behind Shadow of Mordor and the Shadow of War games, alongside a slew of other heavy hitters that a lot of people have loved over the years, has officially shut down. Hit that subscribe, give me a like, and check out smashjt.com for the full article that will break down all the information that I got from my insider discussing exactly what transpired. But in this video today, we're just going to go through the top level stuff and give you some thoughts regarding the article itself. So first off, according to my source within WB Games Corporate, Monolith has closed its doors just about an hour ago. Well, as far as recording this, probably like an hour and a half ago, on February 25th, 2025, and it marks an abrupt end to the studio's operations, and they were located in Kirkland, Washington. The closure comes as a completely devastating blow to anybody who would have been eagerly anticipating their next project, which was the announced Wonder Woman game that was reportedly in development starting all the way back in 2021. And this game was apparently going to be implementing the Nemesis system that was coming from Shadows of War and Mordor, where it was a very particular system that worked really well as far as aggro and stuff like that with the characters. I loved the Shadows of Mordor game itself specifically, and I think the Nemesis system was one of those things that really stood out as far as what set that game apart and what made it special compared to every other game of its likeness. So apparently, for whatever reason, the people that have been working at Monolith Games trying to implement the Nemesis system in Wonder Woman just weren't able to figure it out. And this project specifically has been in production hell, like for years, announced back in 2021, like I said, but this is not anything new. There have been reports along the way of the game is a complete crap show. It's in shambles, and the team that's been working on it can't figure it out and make it function properly to make it fun. And here we are now, fast forward over 4 years later, or at least 4 years later from the point of when they announced it to finally having it canceled. I could only imagine the millions upon millions of dollars that have been poured into this project and having nothing come out of it. But then again, we're talking about a Warner Brothers company, and at this point, that's kind of like it's a Tuesday for them. They're getting used to that with all their games that are coming out. I definitely want to highlight this as much as possible with every kind of story like this. As with everything I report on, take it as a rumor until official confirmation is out by the studio themselves. And I would expect this is going to be announced very shortly. Perhaps even by the time I get this video up, we will have an official announcement coming from them. But as of right now, yes, my insider has confirmed that there are people talking about how they have been let go and the studio has been shut down as of today. As far as Wonder Woman not coming together, Monolith had been working on the Wonder Woman game for years with plans to incorporate the Nemesis system, which many of you guys may recall was Shadow of Mordor and War games, like I said, and it was awesome in those games. And it was announced back in 2021. Nothing was working out with the game, and many people in the inside have been talking about this for a while, about how it's kind of a crap show and they can't figure out how to make Wonder Woman function as a fun game. And here we are, where it's been basically canned and with no option of being revived. The development team has been struggling for a long time. The project just wasn't coming together at all the way that satisfied Warner Brothers enough to just justify continuing production. And that's what my insider told me specifically from the reason why they shut down the studio. With the superhero game market already in a tough spot, especially after the disastrous launch of games like Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, it seems like Warner Brothers was unwilling to take the risk on another troubled project. The legendary studio that's lost, founded in 1994, Monolith was at a point a major player in the game industry, responsible for Fear, Condemned, Criminal Origins, Gotham City Imposters, and, like I've said multiple times, the beloved Middle Earth series, some of my favorites of those two. The Nemesis system was a revolutionary innovation that made gaming different, but unfortunately, the potential was never really fully realized outside of their two Middle Earth titles. As much as they always talked about, oh, it's going to have the Nemesis system, it's going to implement the Nemesis system, it never actually worked outside of those two games, as far as I could tell. Despite being a WB subsidiary, Monolith had retained a level of independence in crafting a bunch of unique, engaging single player experiences, something that had become increasingly rare in modern gaming. And that's actually one of the main points as to why this is so heartbreaking. Monolith was one of the game companies that focused on single player experiences, like a full fledged single player game. And now they're gone. It sucks. Hopping over to X and seeing what people are saying regarding this news story. We got Coffee and Chocolate Games with the building collapse. Drew Peacock says, sad. Monolith did Blood and Fear, two of my favorite games. We got Vinny Bitcoin saying, LOL, I don't think anyone was excited for the Wonder Woman game, which is true, but that doesn't mean the game couldn't have been good. But yeah, that's fair. Disgusting says, damn. And they did good games, for fuck's sakes. Britain in Distress says, wait, Monolith, The Fear, Condemned, Criminal Origins, and Blood Guys? Fuck! Don't get me wrong. Wonder Woman looked like absolute ass, but the Shadow of War games were amazing, and their legacy titles were peak. Gonna pour one out for, I guess, Civi. I'm Batman says, damn, the guys behind Fear, what a shame. And it goes on from there. There's a lot of people that are just sad about this, and then other people saying, yeah, this is to be expected. Regarding Wonder Woman not looking good, I mean, they didn't really release anything regarding Wonder Woman besides a very brief teaser trailer that basically just showed off dark showcase of you could even barely make out what she even looks like. The game was not really coming together, and not very much that I can find being shared of that game. But anyways, back to the actual story. WB's troubles keep piling up. Monolith's sudden closure raises serious concerns about Warner Brothers Interactive's current situation. W Games has been struggling with underwhelming performances, to put it nicely, from Suicide Squad and Gotham Knights, and now they've axed a studio that's been working on what could have been a major single-player success. But they couldn't figure it out, and Warner Brothers was like, yeah, we're done pouring money into this project. We're backing out and cutting it off. Is Warner Brothers abandoning the idea of big budget single player superhero games in favor of live service models? Given how poorly those have performed as of late for them, this could be yet another example of mismanagement and corporate short-sightedness. As of now, there's been no official announcement from Warner Brothers regarding Monolith Shutdown, but given my insider sources' credibility, expect confirmation very soon. This is a huge loss for the game industry and for fans who are hoping that Wonder Woman would finally get the high quality game that she deserves. But nope. Apparently, they just couldn't figure it out, and Monolith is now extinct. As far as the game industry overall in 2025, we're seeing a lot of peaks and valleys when it comes to employment, layoffs, studio shutdowns. And unfortunately, this is part of the growing pains of getting the industry back to a place of normalcy. And while I never want to celebrate the shutdown of a studio, especially a studio that was actually good in this case, I'd like to think that ultimately this is part of the healing process of the game industry. And hopefully the good, high quality based employees at these companies will find footing. And the people that were causing the shitstorm in the background and making games fall apart because they were not qualified, did not like gaming, were in this for the wrong reasons. Hopefully they realize that they need to leave the industry and never come back to it. Because at this point, all we're seeing is a consistent flow of games failing, people complaining, and then the people that suck keep finding jobs at other studios, while the good employees are just throwing their hands up and saying, I'm done with this, and they're leaving for good. Hopefully that starts to change in 2025, but I guess time will tell at the end of the day with all of that. Anyways, I'm going to leave it there. I have a lot more information from this insider, but I'm not going to dive into a lot of rumors and speculation. I just want to hit you guys with the hard facts of information that I got from this person, and a huge shout out to them for letting me know about it. This is a big deal. I fully expect Jeff Grubb or other major outlets to steal the story again, like they always do from me, but that's totally fine. It is what it is at the end of the day. You guys know where to come for the information. And for that, I genuinely appreciate you for all the support. You guys have been incredible. And yeah, most likely I'll be chatting about this in greater detail tonight at 8 o'clock Pacific time. I go live stream every night of the week. If you guys aren't familiar, check it out. I also have another channel for Smash JT live streams. So check that out as well. I appreciate all the support. Thank you guys so much for everything. And if you appreciate what I'm doing here and want to give back, please consider hitting that join button. I would genuinely appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, you stay smashing. Smash,